Ish. Whatever. What's up, everybody? Hey, check. 1, 2.
Check. PH check.
How's it going? You're listening to the Railroads Rock and Roll Podcast. My name's Timmy D. That is Mr. Evan Gerdes. And here we go again.
We should back this up a little bit. The front half of this train is
You
really
have
interesting.
the remote, son.
Hey, what am I doing? I'm new jacking over here.
Anyways, it's been a heck of a week. Hung out with Evan last night. We talked shop about a few things. But to get us started, before we get into this video, pause that for a second. We're going to talk about some of the locomotives in front of us because today is another locomotive roundup.
Hold on to your hats and glasses, folks, because this here's a locomotive roundup. Yeehaw!
This is just a regular bamboo barbecue skewer. I painted it blue because I'm a G like that. I always like painting my coupler skewers. Not only good for pointing, but a good coupler skewer for when you're doing switching. I like the extra long ones. You can get a pack of these. I think you can get a pack of like 50 or 100 of these for like $2 at Ralph's, Vaughn's, whatever Kroger grocery stores. If you live down in Florida, you can go to a Publix. You ever been to a Publix?
No, I've never been to Florida.
P-L-U-B-L-I, or what is it? Publix. P-U-B-L-I-X-X or something like that.
Or if you're in the Chicagoland area, it'd be Meyer. And
yeah, that'd be something to comment on. If
yeah.
if you're checking this out, please like and subscribe. It helps us out. And comment if you see anything that we say in this video. Comment, tell us that it's not that way, or it is that way, or you concur, or you disagree. We love it all.
Or Jewel, see, which is also part of Safeway and Vaughn's. It's the same thing.
Or a Pavilions.
Or I was going to say Pavilions, but that's not in Chicago.
Pasadena.
Yeah.
Pavilions.
Yeah.
Anyways, so let's start with the start here, because then this will lead us into our next spot. Let's start with the first locomotive that we see. Evan, do you know what this is?
Yeah, it's a GE-9 C44 9W.
So it depends on how you classify these units. I don't know the exact official classification. I'll look into
CW.
it.
Just
but
write it on the side.
Excuse me, sweet pea.
Well, I just want to correct myself before someone tears me up in the comments for acting like a clown.
So if you look how it's painted on the side of this model, this is an Athearn Genesis 2.0, but this model is damn accurate to the prototype. It says -940 C or 44 CW, which means
Correct.
that it's a -9 model, 4,400 horsepower, and it's a C, which means C trucks, so 6 axles. So you have each truck has 3 axles, so 3 and 3, and then W standing for the wide cab. Obviously, you could see that. So we're going to move forward, because there was, on the last podcast, we talked about, there was a moment where I mentioned how, and I thought I was going crazy at first when I first found this out. Remember I told you how they switched what side the door was on?
Yeah.
And I was like, has the door always been on the right side? Am I going insane? I wasn't. I actually showed some pictures. You saw the pictures. You saw that, right? You could see how they changed what side the door was on.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not insane. So you could see even right in front of you with this, the difference between this unit, the -9, and Evan, what's that?
Look at ES44, a more modern version, Tier 4. Can't really tell.
Come on, buddy.
I know, I'm blowing it right now. Can't see. ET44C4.
Attaboy.
Wow. I'm not definitely not a GE foamer here.
And I am. I happen to be a big fan of the GE units, and the first GE unit that I had the opportunity to see and also stand on, and gosh, I always forget the number now. I think it was either 654 or 619, but I have pictures of both of them. And one of them was leading the Barnum and Bailey circus train back in the 90s. And I'm just a kid, and my mom decided to take us down to see the circus train show up. And so there's 4 Union Pacific units on, leading the charge, I guess you would say, but because it's on Santa Fe trackage, they had a couple of Santa Fe units at the front.
Yeah.
And one of those happened to be a -9. And I want to say it was 619, but I think it was... Anyways.
How perfect of a number for that.
I know,
San
right?
Diego.
Let's get it down to 619 territory, which is also... This is a -9 behind it. But this is that model, that designation model. This is 618, but still damn close to it. So, yeah, this point being is... I don't even know what I was talking about. I was talking about the circus train. The first... Okay, so... Sorry. Snap that. Reverse it. So, the first GE unit / the first actual piece of motive power that I stood on was a GE-9. And I'll never forget that. Red and silver war bonnet. And maybe that is what solidified me as a Santa Fe / BNSF fan for the rest of my life. You know, there's plenty of other railroads that I adore. I adore Burlington Northern. I really like the Cascade Green with just solid black.
It was their paint scheme for a long time.
Well, that's what. It also makes sense that you're using the GN orange with the solid black top now, because BN had the solid black top. Because for the longest time, I'm like, that really, that's an intriguing combo.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know you like Halloween, but do you like it that much?
Yeah, this is not my favorite BNSF paint scheme, unfortunately. I'm always going to be a pumpkin guy, a Heritage 1. It's more of the Great Northern livery, excuse me. But, you know,
for what the H1.
For what it is, yes, exactly. Here we go, right in front of me, Jesus. Yes, it's just a very clean,
It looks like a GN unit.
A paint scheme that actually has aged well with time. I see these engines all the time when I'm at work. And they look, to believe that they're 30 years old, you're like, man, these things aged, 25, I suppose. Some of them.
I actually have an H1 paint scheme -9 up in one of these boxes. Do you want to see it?
I do.
All right, here, I'm going to bust that out.
Maybe replace the where the F unit's hanging out. I feel like it's like little brother section here.
There you go. That's an Athearn 2.0. Be nice. Here, open it up right there. And while Evan's doing that, we're going to talk about a little game that we're about to play, because this is Locomotive Roundup. Cue music.
GE or EMD. GE or EMD. GE or EMD. This game's called GE or EMD.
GE or EMD. That's right. In this episode, we're going to play a little game called GE or EMD, where Evan has to guess the type of locomotive. Is it a General Electric unit or an Electromotive Division unit? I'm just going to read the classification numbers, and he's going to have to say if it is GE or EMD. Why are you doing that? Why don't you replace this GMTX unit? Yeah, what are we doing here? But yeah,
a nice orange theme going to the front of the
the thing that connects with me special on this unit is I was born in the year 1982, and so that's why I got number 1082. Is because 82 is my lucky number. It was my number when I played high school football. It was my number. We're just gonna stop there.
Do you know what my lucky number is? 62. When I played slow pitch softball for the Wine Train, I was number 62.
Nice.
The best engine to run at the Wine Train was the 62. I ran the 62, AMTK 62 in Michigan.
Do you know what the square root of 62 is?
Nope.
It's probably your number.
Yeah, well, that's why I was a writing major.
Oh, that was such a joke. Anyways, in this game, EMD versus GE or EMD, Evan has to guess if the unit classification numbers that I am reading off are a GE or EMD. And if he gets it right, he has to explain why he got it right. All right? Let's... I'm
ready.
Okay, I'm going to read 10 of these.
This pressure is killing me.
And if you get 9 or 10, then you will be an expert. If you get 10 out of 10, you are an expert. 9 out of 10, you are a foamer.
Okay.
And then between 6 and 8, you are a informed.
Informed, yeah, okay.
And then if you go 5 to 3, you are a clown.
Okay.
And then if you get 1 to 2 or none, you're just an idiot. All right, here we go.
If I get none, I'm stepping down from this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna talk to somebody about interviewing some new folks here.
Yeah. So quick to cash me out.
Dude, I'm totally joking, dude. You're my homie, bro. Bros for life, bro. Bros for life. All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
First one. We're going to start with an easy one. U12B.
It's a GE.
Ding, ding, ding. That's right, my friend. And why is it a GE?
Well, the U designation is exclusively General Electric. A 1-2.
Way to make it sound interesting. Well, the U designation. You sound like the professor in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Representatives, in an effort to alleviate the effects of the anyone, the Great Depression, passed the.
I'm having a hard time envisioning a U18B. So it's a 4-axle.
You own
GE.
What do you own?
I own a U. Is it U36-7?
Oh my god.
Yeah. They were talking about the Rapido Conrail? Yeah.
It's a B23.
B23.
See? Oh, this is going to get easy, actually.
I guess
All
the
right.
maker. I just didn't get it right after that.
There we go. UAT. Blah, blah, blah. All right.
Credit.
You know what? You've got one so far.
Okay.
Here we go. All right. Number 2. C30-7A.
Another GE, 6-axle.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
It's okay. There's a picture of this on the screen. I'm going to edit this in.
Yeah, that one.
No. I'm not talking about that. We just lost battery with that anyway, so we're going to come back to it.
Okay.
But we've had these batteries charging for bits. Right now, we're going to pause for station identification. You are listening or watching Railroads Rock podcast. Please like, subscribe, and comment on YouTube. Back at it. All right, Evan, here we go. Number 3. P30CH.
P30CH. That's a GE passenger, 3,000 horsepower.
Ding, 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 ding.
6-axle trucks.
And the picture you're seeing is an M-Track unit because my main man, Evan,
Oh, a P30. Oh.
Well,
like an AMD 103?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, only it
okay.
is a diesel. It's like old school diesel.
Yeah.
It's one of GE's first attempts at trying to compete with the F-Series, the F45,
Right.
the F40, which have you ever, when you went in the coaster cab, what'd you think of that? You've been inside a 40 cab, right? A P40 or FP40?
The F40
or F40 PH,
PH2C.
you know what I mean.
The Norris and Knudsen rebuild.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. It's an interesting cab. It's spacious. The control stand's a little awkward for those who are engineers. The air brakes are on the right-hand side and the throttle's on. The air brakes are on the left-hand side and the throttle's on the right-hand side. So completely opposite.
It's kind of like an aircraft, though, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like the way that an aircraft would be set up, sometimes it's weird. Like even though you have the yoke, as they call it, how you control the plane, and a lot of the times it's in front of you.
The whistle's right here and the bell's over here. I found that really awkward. You're blowing the whistle and then you're turning the bell on and off over here.
Do you think that it's made for it's more ambidextrous? Because as an engineer, a lot of stuff is single-handed. So when you're setting the brake and then you're going into run 8 and then you're actually giving it throttle, a lot of that is one hand, and then you're just kind of free and you're looking around. And all of a sudden, I think the PH, what they did there is they're like, we want this to be more like. It's very European-centric. Like, how can we make this more European-centric in a sense where you are utilizing both hands, you're driving the train, more like a pilot rather than
I guess
a
it
train
really
engineer.
depends the type of control stand that you're running with. So if you're on like a 26, your left hand is grabbing the brakes. On like a 30 pneumatic or electric, your right hand is grabbing the brakes.
Are there, and I'm sorry to get off topic, we're still on topic, but trains-wise, have you seen the train simulator stuff where your desktop, you actually have like a mini control? They make those, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going
That's real.
insane.
Oh,
I
yeah.
could have sworn I saw some dude on a YouTube doing that with a train simulator, like had the 2 cams so you could see the simulator. And I was like, why am I watching this?
I guess let's break it down even more simple. We'll put up a picture of an AAR-style control stand, which is the perfect engineer's control stand. And then we'll do a desktop picture as well so you can see just how different. The desktop was a 90s kind of invention by GE that kind of just, here, let's sit at a desk and operate like this. But when you're sitting in a cab for a long period of time.
Which I like the Dash 9s because of that. Because you're at a desktop. You
Right.
got a desk in front of
But you are hunching over, which can suck.
Because he's lazy.
Right.
He doesn't stand up straight.
Some of the newer Aces and Gevos, they have the AAR style with the captain's chair. I mean, you really do feel like the skipper of a boat, big time. Yeah.
Why don't we get you a skipper, like a captain's cap?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I still don't own pinstripe overalls either. So
Well, now you know what Christmas present to get my main man Evan here.
yeah.
All right,
Oshkosh,
moving
yeah.
on. Here we go. BL20-2.
And it's EMD or GE.
Yeah.
This
Jesus.
guy's got to pick the most difficult engines, the B232, C3PO. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm going to
I
say it's
don't know
another
what you're
GE,
saying.
but judging by the B, right? No?
Are you going to say GE or EMD?
GE, final answer.
Yeah, we're going to go.
What?
Put up a giant red X on the screen.
Am I getting close to the clown category?
So this is one of the units that I actually talked to Mr. Evans' brother about building, and this is one of the most obscure units on the railroad that EMD created, and I really wish that there was more of them created. It sits on top of a Jeep 7 style body or chassis, but it looks like a Jeep 60 and a Jeep 38 had a baby, and so you have the two radiator fans on the back, but then the Jeep 60 style dynamic brakes with the 60 style cab, or just standard cab.
And this is an EMD creation.
Yes.
Are you sure it's not a rail power creation or
Smash cut to the smash cut to a BL20. Go ahead, put it in. Go look up on YouTube right now.
I'll do it on my
Actually,
phone
don't. You're
fast.
wasting my effing time.
Where's my
And here's your phone. Here you go. Find a BL20-2.
He doesn't want me talking on the phone.
Oh man.
So BL20.
So for all you fine folks, go ahead and look up a BL20-2. This unit is one of my favorite units made by EMD, and it was to fulfill the lack thereof 4-axle units, but going into the next generation of diesels. So EMD actually was fashion forward on noticing, hey, we're creating all these high horsepower units. What about the road switcher? What are we going to do? Because eventually the 4-axle road switchers are going to phase out. Why don't we do a demonstrator with enhanced dynamic braking and still can operate on these light rail short lines or lightweight rail short lines?
I got confused with a different locomotive. Looks just like it, but it's the more modern.
But do you know what I'm talking about now?
I remember, yeah.
Your brother and I were talking about, because San Joaquin Railroad, or as you say, San Joaquin, go ahead.
SJVR.
Oh, whatever. He does the little San
Joaquin
There we
Valley
go.
Railway.
There it is, which I love. It wouldn't be my boy Evan Gerdes without that. All right, moving on. MP15AC.
So this is an EMD AC. Basically, the AC version of what would be an SW1500.
Yeah.
Pretty big switching locomotive.
Same. I think it sits on the same chassis as a Jeep 15.
Does
a
it really?
GP15, or at least the lengthwise, but it looks like an SW1500.
They definitely
And
look like the juiced switchers.
Oh yeah, it looks like it. Seriously, looks like somebody was like, take these steroids and do the Which I told a story one time about meeting Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was fun. Maybe I'll tell you sometime.
Do it.
Yeah, moved one of his strongman
Barbells?
safes.
What?
He had a safe in his upstairs bedroom that he wanted moved out, and we moved it. It weighed like 1,500 pounds. We had a genie lift it out of his. Anyways,
Wow.
super nice though. Hey guys, that's what he said to us. Y'all having a good day? Okay.
Commando.
He has a pony, a miniature pony. I have a pony. It's called Whiskey. That's what his miniature pony's called, Whiskey. Yeah. All right,
it.
moving on. This is always a fun one. U36CG.
The GE, 3,600 horsepower.
So wait, are you saying it's a
Six-act.
GE or an EMD?
It's a GE.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, yeah. 3,600
Ding,
horsepower,
ding.
6-axle. I don't know what the last part is, though. That last letter.
It's okay. Smash cut to a picture of the U36CG. All right, moving on. Next one will be a ET44C4.
Right here.
So what is that?
The most modern Tier 4 GE.
GE?
It's a
Okay,
GE.
there we go.
Okay.
All right, thank you. We're playing a game here, Evan.
Yeah.
GE or EMD.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Come on now. So what is it?
I mean, a Tier 4 Gevo. I don't know a lot about these super modern engines.
But they're pretty awesome,
They
right?
have some really funky radiator action going on here.
That
for the
radiator fan is massive. The first time I saw one of these, I was like, holy shiitake. I always liked the Dash 9 radiator fans. Simple, flat. I mean, I understand why, because you're cooling a lot more systems in order to utilize the dynamic braking. You know, yes, they're see-through grills.
I was just curious if it had a DEF tank, because I know a lot of these Tier 4 locomotives and trucks use DEF.
And what is that?
A diesel exhaust fluid.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Siemens Charger and the EMD F125 use
But
DEF.
why do they have that tank?
It's
Just
just
they cool the fluid, correct?
Well,
but
no, it's an after treatment for the exhaust to get it to Tier 4, which is not done. Yeah.
We'll get into how that works at some point in time because I have no idea, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought it cooled it for some reason to help it not
It's got
emit the same way.
It's an overspray in the exhaust, which causes it to become Tier 4.
Which causes me to have
It creates
tears.
a very interesting smell. If you've ever been around a Siemens Charger, there's this weird kind of peppery
Watch
smell.
your language.
Yeah, yeah.
There is a peppery smell. It's kind of a salty, peppery.
The Siemens Charger with the Cummins
Siemens
Prime
Charger.
Mover.
Yeah. It is a very
You don't want to
peppery.
run that engine too hard.
Okay. So ding, ding, ding. All right. Next one on the list will be hang on. We're going to do this the right way. An NW1.
EMD. Final answer.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I actually got it right this time.
That is right. And what is an NW1? It looks a lot like that unit over there. That's Southern
Sade.
Pacific.
Yeah.
NW2, but this is the
1,000 horsepower version?
NW1, I guess, would be. I don't actually. Please comment and let us know because I don't think it was. It doesn't mean 100 horsepower, and it's not 1,000 horsepower. I think it was something like 400 horsepower, 500 horsepower, because the NW2, I believe, was 800, and then the follow-up to that, they didn't get up to 1,000 horsepower until they got, I don't even think it was the SW7s or 8s.
Right.
Like, those were still 700, 800 horsepower.
Yeah, the SW1200.
But they're solid
SW1500.
workhorses. They shuffled a couple cars around the yard and did what they got to do. Okay. Right now, Evan is only missing one from the bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct, and 1 wrong, which means we got 2 more units to go. Here we go. And this would be an FP9.
Ooh, little car body style. EMD, final answer. Little car body style. Ooh.
Smash cut to picture.
Yeah, they use those in coming in and out of New York City, right? On the Metro North stuff. I feel like that's
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm not an East Coast kid.
Is an FL9 the one?
But for all
4
you
axle
East
on the
Coast
front
kids
and
that do
6 axle
chime
on the
in,
back?
let us know, please. All right, here we go. That was number 9. This is our final
Okay.
to determine if Evan stays as an expert or a clown.
What? It's not that.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Well, it's an all or nothing. Okay.
All or nothing, bro.
Double Jeopardy. We're
Hey,
doing it.
man, if you ain't first, you're last.
Right,
Hell,
right.
I read that off of a bumper sticker. All right, here it comes. BQ 237.
Damn you. It's a GE, final answer.
Hey! And I actually left the dash out because I knew he would get it as soon as
Yeah.
I throw a dash in. But then I could have done SD45
Yeah, I
T-2.
That's true.
But final answer for the GE. So that's a 9 out of 10. That's pretty damn good because you do have one of the best engineers out on the railroad answering these questions. So it's hard to stump the chump known as Evan Gerdes. I hope you guys enjoyed our little game of EMD or GE. If you have any other games you'd like to throw out there of this or that, I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, we're just going to keep on moving along. You did good, man.
Thank you.
I'm really
Thank
excited.
you.
One of my favorite units, and I actually got a compliment on it from Buck. God
Oh,
rest his soul. I
wow.
miss Buck. It was marketed, and I believe we're going to smash cut to this, but it's a BQ 23-7 Seaboard Coastlines, and it was an early wide cab. Do you know what I'm saying? Look it up on your phone. Early wide cab, and I got one of these. It was just the shell. It was at a swap meet. The guy was selling it for like $2.
Okay.
Bought it, and then I put it on an
BQ what?
Athearn, a BQ 23-7.
Oh, it's right here.
And you can see it. Seaboard Coastlines is that that gray, that just shitty gray.
God, that's an ugly engine.
It's such an ugly looking engine. And I modeled that, and I really wish I still had pictures of this model because I sold it on eBay for about $90.
Wow.
And it was just a DC unit, but I detailed the shit out of it. I got a brand new handrail kit for it, a plastic handrail kit for it. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna take a little break, and when we come back, we're gonna do some virtual rail fanning. So thank you so much for tuning in to Railroads Rock Podcast. Once again, my name is Timmy D. That is Mr. Evan Gerdes. You can follow me at Railroads and Rock and Roll on Instagram, or my main man
at Michigan Subdivision on Instagram.
And we'll be right back.